Ben Shapiro, who is the Speaker of the House? Now, there seems to be a lot of like, remember how I was telling you guys? How they're going to have to pick somebody that barely anybody knows anything about, because anybody with any Q is not going to want to sacrifice their fucking career for this role. And and there's a window of people who want their career to have legs and are willing to chew shit to get through it. Maybe they'll make it, maybe they won't, but they're going to roll the dice because they're a nobody. That's who this is. Mike Johnson's a nobody. And he's got a nobody kind of like nondescript name, and that's what most people are saying about him. And to the point where like most of the talk I've heard about him, if you look at it online, is who is this guy? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? Who is he? And basically a lot of people are coming around to that he's like McCarthy light. It doesn't matter. They're already turning on him. It's a shit job. Like, but again, he's not somebody that they were looking at Jim Jordan. They're like, we're really wrecking Jim's brand. If, we'll wreck everybody who's famous' brand if they go through this. They changed the rules for removing this leader this time around. No, they didn't, Rob. The rules are back to kind of normal. He didn't apparently make a bunch of deals about this. And more than likely he's going to punt with a CR or something. They're going to hate him. We're going to be right back here in fucking January. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know why Ben Shapiro is now putting Ben down in the lower right-hand corner. They are really just trying every marketing scheme they can fucking come up with. Now he's just decided to go with the rat from Willard. But this is Ben Shapiro. He'll explain to us who is this Speaker of the House.
Well, good news, folks. The Republicans stopped kicking themselves in the balls long enough to name a Speaker of the House.
And if I could just do that, maybe my voice would come down.
So finally, some good news for Republicans. Apparently, Republicans, last night, they decided to stop kicking themselves directly in the nads.
Yeah, we see that this is in your notes. Mr. Sit in a Starbucks and read out loud from your laptop and call it a show. You said that twice. It's very Trumpy. And it's just shit. Look, I realize that I look around and find stuff, and sometimes I have to click things off, but I'm a one-man band here. Nobody gives a fuck. You got a fake set with staff. There's no excuse. Get a teleprompter.
And instead, they decided to actually vote in favor of Mike Johnson. So Mike Johnson, somebody that I would say most of America had not heard of.
I've heard of Mike Johnson. Oh, Mike Johnson. Sorry.
Like ever. He was only elected to Congress fairly recently. He hasn't been
fairly recently
in Congress all that long.
All that long. How long? 2 terms? Just say 2 terms. He's a 2-term House, but just say it.
He is a congressman from Louisiana.
Okay, you got that part right.
According to Politico, his anonymity in Washington was...
Politico? Politico? You mean the mainstream media?
...was the driving force in his election as Speaker, because he hadn't made any enemies yet. He became the unlikely leader of an unruly group of House Republicans who will now rely on him to run their...
This motherfucker is quoting straight from Politico. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any fake news bullshit from these motherfuckers ever.
...side of the Capitol. He was next to no one's first pick. But, again, everybody else had a...
Of course he wasn't the first pick. He's 4th. I can't even...
high profile, and that meant that he was the guy who kind of sneak in under the radar.
That how he did it?
Now Johnson must figure out how to achieve what McCarthy couldn't compromise that doesn't prompt a mutiny.
Here's what you need to learn how to achieve. How to say what you think about this fucking issue, knowing the details of the issue without just reading chunks of fucking Politico. Good Lord. I'll go to Bloomberg or MarketWatch or one of these economic sites, because that's not my forte. Although, considering how correct I've been about this shit for so long, I'm gonna have to. I gotta take it back. It is my forte now. It is my forte. I was fucking right about. We did the Bloomberg thing. Anyways, when I go to those sites, I read pieces of that as referential. but I don't the rest of the time like decry the generalized outside non-indie media as being a force for evil in the world.
Now, he's going to have an easier time with that. The reason he's going to have an easier time with that than McCarthy did is because he's not named Kevin McCarthy. Seriously, it's that simple. Matt Gaetz and a few of his crew decided they hated McCarthy. And so what that meant is that any compromise that McCarthy cut.
Okay, so anything that Mike Johnson does that Matt Gaetz doesn't like, he's just going to let it slide now. This is the sharp political commentary coming from Ben Shapiro about the situation with the House Speaker. That simply it's the Mick part. It's the Irish Scottish background of something that Kevin way back that is the driving force. So if he passes a CR or an omnibus or Ukraine funding, it is Ben Shapiro's, I guess, assertion, right, that he's just gonna, it'll be a wash.
Was going to be seen as treason by Gaetz and company and used as an excuse to get rid of McCarthy. Well, now Johnson is going to come in. He's going to do kind of exactly what McCarthy did because the incentive structure is precisely the same. So to take an example, McCarthy just cut a continuing resolution. He cut it with some Democrats. The reason he had to do that is because he had a better continuing resolution deal that was scuttled by Gaetz and company. Then, after McCarthy actually did the continuing resolution to fund the government, that's when he was ousted by Gaetz and company. Well,
yeah, we've seen this part.
Now, Mike Johnson's going to come in, and you know what he's proposing? Continuing resolutions. The same sort of stuff. Now, he can pass a bunch of...
So let me see if I can get this. Chat room, help me out here. See if I'm a little off base. But what you're telling me is the Republicans did all this shit for nothing. Just to clarify, boy with caterpillars on his forehead, this all went down for no fucking gain. And at the same time, you still think this is the group that should run the government of the greatest country in the world. Am I picking up what you're putting down there? Boy with caterpillars on his face. So all of this, not only was it for zero gain, but it was always just bullshit. And it was like personal mean girl infighting amongst grown fucking adults in the party you support that you think should have control, a bit more control of the House, complete control of the Senate and the presidency. 'Cause fuck a why? All right. I don't know. I'm just bullshit. Yeah. To me, this is insanity. Why would you or anyone like you fucking think this qualifies? By the way, the main shooter, they've got his house surrounded. They're saying in the chat room, whether he's in there or not, we'll see.
Single issue bills, supposedly. You can pass the appropriations bills, do the process and all of that. But Democrats are going to reject it, and he's going to come back to doing continuing resolutions.
Right, because they only have half of one house and only by a slim margin, and they're going to need Democratic votes to pass things because they've got a purity test problem that we had to live with for a short while that never was an overwhelming vote because we had enough of a margin, and even our fringe were smart enough to know that you got to be able to actually accomplish shit. Whereas apparently scuttling the whole fucking government is the purpose of the Free Dummy Caucus.
Now, the thing is that because Gaetz ousted McCarthy and because Johnson is the new speaker, he had...
Really? Okay, you guys are writing this down, right? Thanks for the details.
As an incentive, Gaetz does, in making Johnson appear to be better than McCarthy, which means that he is not going to yell and scream about any deal that Johnson cuts. So inherently, Johnson has more leeway.
Okay, so according to Ben Shapiro, Matt Gaetz is a showboater and full of shit, and he's hung up his maggot Free Dummy Caucus credentials, and he's not going to go after Johnson if he does exactly the same shit that McCarthy did, because it's simply like, again, it's a pissing contest like it's fucking middle school.
To cut deals and make deals than McCarthy did mainly because all the people who would be incentivized to get rid of
By the way, people who are watching this later or at home, I have not sped this up.
somebody for the publicity already did that. And so they can't do it again. They have to play this as though they achieved some sort of massive win by substituting Johnson for McCarthy. And again, the policy is going to come out almost exactly the same. It's going to be very, very, very similar.
Okay, so that gives you a good slice. And by the way, hi chat room. That gives you a good slice of that's Ben Shapiro's take on it.